Well, hey guys, and welcome back to Ames's Corner here at Approved. Got the Sonett in here right now, getting it cleaned up. Going to do a few things, tighten some stuff up on it, because there is a car show. 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels, vehicle show. So it's right down the street at the Firestone, which is about 3/4 of a mile from here, not very far at all. So I figured it's in our backyard. I should probably go to it. Now I didn't know about this till Friday. Here it is Sunday, and I didn't see this. I didn't hear anything about this until right now, or Friday. So I would like to have gotten some more stuff to bring, but it's just the time frame wasn't there. So I'll bring this. We'll bring this and see what everyone thinks of it. I've never actually brought this to a car show, and I'm going to be honest, I've never really brought any of my own cars to a car show. I've always just driven the wheels off of them or sold them, So I think it's about time we show this off. Now the other thing, it says 2 wheels too. So I think I'm going to try to bring the crazy bike. Wouldn't that be a hoot? I love this. And the crazy bike leaning up against it, because that crazy bike gets a lot of attention. It really does. It's what time we got here? It's about 9:15. That car show's at 3, so I got a little time to burn. That Sonett's not going to take too long to clean up. So we still got this TT sitting right here. It's got that axle, as you saw from the last video, because that Audi had the brakes issue. We couldn't find the right rotors, and end of the day Friday, what are you going to do? So that thing's sitting there. Honestly, I'd like to get that in and get that taken care of, because it's already apart. But I have to push that in, and it's an A6, and an A6 isn't really a light car. I can push a 65 Mustang from that spot. But an A6 Audi Quattro all-wheel drive car, I'm not pushing that. So this thing moves under its own power, and I know we all want to see what that blown CV shaft looks like inside. Now there's a couple other details with this car, with this axle. I kind of suspect what happened and why this axle failed. So I got the key right here. So I'm going to get this in. Get this up on the lift, and I'll show you what I saw on Friday that I didn't have a chance to mention. So hang in. I'll see you in 2 seconds. All right, I got this Audi up in the air, and looks like he's got a lot of new stuff. You can see these bolts have all been just taken off and put back on. I can see the telltale marks of something recently been taken apart. He's got looks like a brand new hub in the holes, and it also looks like a brand new axle shaft. The stick, we'll see it better when I get it out. So it looks like this all was just done, and someone maybe overextended the axle. They bolt in on this end, and if you pull on them, sometimes you can get one of the what do they call them? The rollers. We'll take this one apart. We'll dissect this one and see what it looks like. I'll explain to you. But I think someone hyperextended it, and one of the rollers fell off of the CV shaft. You can see those Allen bolts. There's 6 of them that hold these shafts in these Audis. So if you pull too hard, you're just going to separate the joint, which can happen. It used to be more common in the Hondas. If you take an older Honda apart, you can hyperextend the same way. So let me get this apart, and we'll pull this boot out, and let's pull the whole shaft out, not just the boot. We'll pull this shaft out, and we'll see what it looks like. So I got to get this thing done, and then we got to get that thing cleaned up to go to that car show. So So yeah, let me do a little work and we'll see you in a moment. So I've got this thing pretty broken apart here. Just got to take the axle nut here out. And then pull this shaft out and we'll see what it looks like inside. I gotta get my air hammer. Give me a little space, give me a little more room. Straighten it out. Yeah, man. There we go. Let me get. I've already taken those bolts out. Inside hub. Oh. There we go. Oh boy. Did it just fail? Yeah, see, I feel like it was hyperextended. Let me swing you around here. Now, I gotta get this band off. Weird, it's missing the inner band. These. Normally, we would just ship this back as a core, or in this case, we got a new replacement axle for it. So I don't need to ship this back. We can just scrap this. Oh man, look at that. Oh, this is pretty good. I can't believe this thing actually drove. Yeah, that's all supposed to be. Look at the pieces, bits and pieces. Let me show you guys here. So yeah, there's all the guts, and there's some more guts in there. That's probably the most extreme failure I've ever seen, and still drive the car. You could still drive down the street. I mean, it didn't feel good or anything. I mean, all three. These are those. These would be the rollers. There's some needle bearings in there, and these are usually round, and they sit on those little nubs. You know, that would be. You get enough of them together, we could probably make a circle with those. These circles fit inside of these slots right here, and that's how a CV shaft does what it does. But this one's pretty blown apart. Pretty blown apart. Another interesting thing is none of this hardware was really tight. It was all just, you know, couple foot-pounds of torque over hand tight. It felt like there was no resistance taking these lower ball joints out. The hub nut wasn't tight enough, and that needs to be torqued to a certain tightness, or you blow this bearing out. It was just the brake caliper was loose. I think if you looked back to when we pulled the wheel off and I was showing you the hub, there was that caliper rotor retaining bolt was just loose, and you know, so we got this new axle here. This is, like I said, a brand new unit. Not really sure if they're any better than a Reman. I think we haven't had as good luck with the all new CV shafts. Sometimes they make the cups different. You know, the way it holds onto the bearing, and you don't know until you install it, and it blows the hub bearing out there. But yeah, let me clean my hands up a little bit. Let me chuck that thing in the recycle bin, and I'll bolt this thing up, and next time you see this, it'll probably be all together with the wheel on, and we'll go around the lot in it and then I got to turn my attention to getting that thing ready for the car show. So see you in a second. It's just looking like it's going to be a pretty eventful Amesey's Corner episode. Lucky you guys. All right, that went together fairly easy. It was actually harder to get that wheel on than it was to do the rest of the job. So we kick these arms out. These little cars are always kind of a pain. So we'll take this for a little jaunt around the lot. If you guys remember from the other video, this thing was just a bear to drive on and off the throttle, banging and slamming in that CV shaft. So that should be nice and tight now. Let's, oh yeah, no more bangy bang. Much better. Much better. Yeah, you can actually modulate the engine RPMs instead of them just spiking up and slamming inside that cup. So yeah, there we go. Audi CV shaft issues. I'd say that the problem with that, it looked like another case of someone who just didn't know quite enough, or maybe wasn't careful enough, took care of a CV shaft, and then I had to come along and figure out what was going on and take care of it. Sometimes, you know, it seems to be a theme lately. People fixing their own cars and it not going quite like it should. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, to these, especially these European cars, if you don't know how they do things and how they think and how to take them apart and put them back together, you're just going to cause more problems. Yeah, you're going to cause more problems. So there we go. This is actually for sale. The person that owns this car wants to sell it. It's the same guy that owns that, I don't know if I mentioned, that silver, the beast one, the drag Audi. This guy owns that other car. And he says he wants to sell this. So I think I'm gonna give him a call, and I'm gonna see if he wouldn't mind me bringing this to that car show. You know, the more the merrier, you know. So I'm going to give him a call, and if he wants me to bring this to it with a for sale sign on it, I'll have to figure out how to juggle 3 vehicles to one place. So anyhow, I'm going to give him a call, then I'm going to jump into the Sonett here. This just needs a good vacuuming, you know. I've been pretty much daily driving this thing for the past 2 months now. 2 months, pretty much every day. The only time I won't drive this car is if it's really like rainy, pouring rain. I don't like driving it in the rain. The brakes aren't really that great when they're wet. I drive the 9000 when it's raining and when it's really hot. We've had some cranking hot days, and this has no AC, and it's a hot car. It's a hot car. I'm not really going to do anything under the hood. I was hoping to try to source some new air filters because the old ones are just rusty and not so good, but I couldn't find them, so I got to put the air filters back on. I probably won't even open this hood at the car show. It's just not really pretty enough. So yeah, I got to get this cleaned out. I want to get these seat covers fitted a little better. Just boring stuff. I'll skip you the boring details of me cleaning up that, and I got to see if I'm going to bring that for him. And then, and then I still got to get the crazy bike. I got to go get the Super Scoot crazy bike there. I kind of wouldn't mind having that leaning up against this. So 10:30. That's not too bad. Not too bad. I got that Audi going. I got that thing fixed. And all right, I gotta get these things done. Eat some lunch. It's at 3, so I'll see you in a few, guys. Actually, you know what? Maybe the car show will be its own video. How about that? How about I make you wait? I'll make you guys wait. So on that note, guys, keep it out of the cabbage.